So first thing is first, I gotta go to Lawson, find an ATM and grab some money to pay the third-party insurance that I need to get the temporary plate for the GTR. So this is the original Nissan Prince booklet I got when I got the car. So in any Shaken center you go to in Japan, you'll see places like this opposite the actual center here. And these will be the shops that help you pass what most people fail. That's like usually high beam adjustment, the toe in and slip angle, Shinagawa car registration and Shaken center. Now I forget, I think I have to go into a secondary office to get the insurance done first. Okay, so here we are at the Shaken center in Samezu, Tokyo, close to Shinagawa. I'm gonna head in and get my third-party insurance, which then will allow me to go to my local city hall and get the karinamba, which is the slash plates, the license plates with the red line that you see a lot of drifters use for obvious reasons. And you know, coming to Samezu is always cool because you get to see a bunch of cool cars on the day that are getting either their Shaken test or getting re-registered for the Tokyo region or this particular ward. I haven't seen anything sporty so far. There's a bunch of Jeeps. I even spotted a Rubicon hybrid. I think that just came out in Japan. That's the center there. So you see the cars come out. They've completed the route, which means they're either eligible to get the Shaken if they've passed every single test. If not, they have to keep repeating until they pass. So that comes at a later date with the GTR, because there's a bunch of stuff I need to fix on it before it's actually worthy of the inspection. So that'll come at another time. But yeah, just to give you a look here at the Shinagawa office. So basically when you change your number plate, you have to break through the aluminum seal that covers one of the bolt holes, and they provide the screwdrivers and a couple of other tools here for you to do your own thing. After much searching and wrong floors, I've arrived to the right place at my local city hall. So hopefully this should be the right place to get the number plates. Oh, they are. I got the karinamba slash plates. I can now go and put them on the GTR and start moving it around. Process one today will be to fit the ADVAN Neovas that I got from Yokohama and get these tires off because they're very aged and cracked and not safe, and need something modern. So basically me and Kayo here, say hello Kayo.
Hey.
We're gonna head to Sunbeam in Yoga, Tokyo, and we're gonna fit the new tires on the CE28s. So this will be my road setup, which is a 19-inch by 9.5, 275s all round, and that's what I've been using for my kind of road setup for 15 years or so. We'll have a set of 18s coming that will be kind of like a sporty toge drive or the occasional track day setup. Thanks to the anti-gravity battery, I have immediate ignition when I turn the car on. MFD is working beautifully after I replaced it. No lines or anything. By the way, I had a guy ask on the comment section how many kilometers the car. Sorry, that's the ETC card. So 63,800 is the odometer reading on the car, so that's how much it's got. Not bad for 24 years. So we've arrived at Sunbeam. They're readjusting the car. And just in case you're wondering, I haven't cleaned it yet because I just want to emphasize the fact that it's been sitting for so long and that it's just filthy, and that psychologically will make me feel bad about it, and then really get stuck in and cleaning it up and just getting that wrap off and making it look the way it should. So got a couple of BMW M3s here. brand new one here getting in alignment. So we seem to have an issue with the brake lights staying on. I think the pedal is stuck. So Kaya, you never seen a car being lifted?
No.
Well, I guess you'll see it now. Look at the amount of dust that's creeped under the cover. Poor thing. Cool thing about this M3 is that it has that optional M exhaust on the back, center exit. Not really keen on that, but anyway, back to the 34. And you can really see how bad these tires. And I'm also going to try and see if they can figure out the issue I'm having with the brakes. So there was so much rust on the discs that after that came off, the pedal went kind of weird and it doesn't really brake as much as it used to. So I think we need to flush the system and have a look at it, and definitely go for some more higher friction pads like Project Mu or something, because I'm still on the stock Brembo pads that came with the GT brake kit. So the car runs 6 spots front and 4 spots to the back. I'm actually considering also doing a color change on the calipers. Back when I got them, I wanted a silver, a light silver, kind of like the Z-Tune, but it wasn't available at the time, so I had to get the calipers on for the Tokyo Auto Salon. So we just went for red. So these tires are actually dated back to 2008, so they're 15 years old, which is slightly worrying. Of course, I was running the red TEs. That's something that needs to be addressed. That's the mount for the carbon diffuser. That's the reason I never fitted the Nismo fins on this. Yeah, some work will definitely need to be done here. So you can see there's still a film of rust on the surface. And one thing I'm really interested in doing is the Nismo chassis refresh, which pretty much takes account of all the bushing and arms and freshens up pretty much every component. And you can see the KW Club Sports here with the hydraulic lifter. So I have 4 of them on each side, so the entire car lifts by about 4 or 5 centimeters. But unfortunately that's currently not working, so we'll have to add that to the list of things to fix. So these are the Neova AD09s that I dropped off a couple of hours ago. So these are ready to be... If you get in there, we can actually see the titanium Tomei exhaust. Okay, so we're having a few issues here with the actual raised center caps being oxidized onto the hub, part of the wheel. There they are. Just to kind of make you guys understand where we are at. This is Sunbeam. It's on Kampachidori, which is a big main road that kind of circles the lower section of Tokyo. And I've been coming to Sunbeam for so many years. They're an amazing shop that's very well known for suspension setups and braking setups and just getting cars dialed in when it comes to wheel choices and you know, for people that maybe prepare cars for track use, these guys are the specialists and have been for well over 50 years. It was started many years ago by the grandson of the current owner, and then his dad took over, and now the 2 brothers are running it. And I follow their Instagram because it's always full of really cool cars in here, lots of exotics and time attack cars. And they're actually building a really cool E46, which we're going to shoot in a couple of months. But I think I'll dedicate a separate video to Sunbeam because there's so much to see. It's a whole building, and each floor is very interesting. So that's one to look out for. Maybe next time I need to come back here for other work on other cars. Okay, so the wheels are being kindly cleaned for me. They look a little bit more presentable, at least from this side. So as the guys here at Sunbeam were explaining to me, this car actually does 151 at Fuji. It's got an insane brake setup, endless monoblocks, and it's actually running Shibata tires. And he's had like a special alignment done, tons of negative camber. That's because he's gonna take it to Fuji to do some drift practice, gymkhana type driving, and have a bit of fun. And I thought I should actually show you guys some of the wheels that they have on display here. So they have a T37 in a dark silver, a ZE40 in a candy red, so sort of like the T37 RTs I used to run on the 34. Some BBS E88s, more E88s here, and Ray's Engineering. I forget what this model is called. I think it's the G25 maybe. Problem one taken care of. Now we move on to the very long list that I've slowly begun building. Okay, so we're done with the tire change. It's off to the next place to address a few other issues, and then we can safely drive the car on the road and get some impressions of me kind of, you know, getting back to my old car and enjoying the hell out of it. So massive thank you to Sunbeam. They're always awesome at supporting my crazy projects. Next step in the whole attempting to fix Project GTR up. We're down here in Yokohama at ADVAN's, and Masa and his mechanics are going to take a look underneath the car. We're going to get the GR86 now so we can lift the 34. And basically it all comes from the fact that when I moved the car for the first time after that initial part that we did, I noticed some little bits of brittle plastic that was left underneath the car, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the CV boots at the front that cracked and potentially is leaking. So we'll take a look at that. And then the other day at Sunbeam, I noticed that the diffuser metal stays are completely rusted out. So we have to get that in from Nissan as well. I already looked it up. It's about $250, $300, depending where you get it from. So the numbers will start adding up, but then again, you know, it's better to do this stuff now than wait any longer. So of course the 34 is now running the new ADVAN Neova A09 that look phenomenal, mounted on the 19-inch C28 ends. And yeah, one other thing, the actual actuator for the brake switch on the brake pedal failed. So There's no stop brakes. There's no stop lights coming on when you hit the brakes, so that's another part we'll be ordering. In the meantime, I have Luca and Gaio here. As ever, there's always cool cars here at Advance. Sick NSX, 35 GT-R, and their Z34 customer car, which is pretty much like a demo car for the shop. Super fast around Fuji. I mean, I gotta say, even though the wrap is really wanting to come off, this actually looks okay. So the boots actually look like they're still intact, but there's a lot of grease underneath. I'm not sure if that's from maybe an older one that I changed a while back and it was never clean. It's a little bit cleaner this side. So yeah, the diffuser stays are pretty much garbage. But the guys here at Advance were saying that there's somebody out there that does a stainless steel mount kit, so it replaces even the center section one there. So we might try to look for that. A bit of a recap. I think there's been an issue with my master cylinder. After the brakes, the new brakes here were fitted for the Tokyo Auto Salon years back. They actually never really functioned that well, and I noticed the pedals pretty much straight to the floor, and there's like maybe a third of the braking power that the stock system had. So I assumed it's because I never bedded them in, but it turns out it could be the master cylinder, so we're gonna do an overhaul on that. I'm gonna hit up ignition projects to get rid of these Cayenne sourced coils and fit the R35 coils so that they'll sit lower and I'll be able to fit the stock cover here. Paint is flicking off here pretty much, so that needs to be repainted. Before the car actually goes to Motec Japan for a mapping session, it might be the perfect timing to actually fit a Nismo plenum, you know, if it's actually available. You never know with Nismo parts these days. We'll do that. The CV boots are fine, so that doesn't need any additional work. And then of course the diffuser mount. So very productive trip here to Advance, and we're gonna get busy ordering parts, and hopefully they get here soon and we start fitting them and getting the car back to the state it deserves to be in. Do you like the GTR? Yeah. You like the sound? Alright, so here we go for another step in the whole GTR restoration. So I thought, you know, while I'm pretty much driving the car back and forth between home and shops, I might as well clean the vinyl, which is looking pretty like semi-abandoned. I just got sent some new cleaning products from my friend's new brand that he just launched, and I'm gonna test them out, see if I can get some shine back into the vinyl wrap, and then I'll feel a little bit prouder when I drive the car around in various shops. Okay, so as I was saying, my friend launched this new brand called Arigato. They do a bunch of cleaning products for cars, and I'm gonna start off with the shampoo. And so I'm gonna go spray the wheels down with this iron remover, which should turn pink once you know it has activated against the iron. So let's get going. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel even more, I have a Patreon where you'll be able to watch one additional video a month, as well as a bunch of other benefits like high quality wallpapers that you'll be able to download. So every bit of support is greatly appreciated, and it helps a lot in creating a lot more content every month.